Hey, Colonel Steve Akley here at the ABV Barrel Shop. This is my place in suburban St. Louis where we specialize in single barrels, and we've got a topic today that's very timely. What sort of bottle do you get for the bourbon fan this holiday season? And this is geared towards those that really aren't really into bourbon themselves. How do you find the perfect gift? So, a couple things I would encourage you to do. Get away from the stuff that is super popular. I get it. Everybody wants to be the hero. They want to buy the bottle of Blanton's for someone that's a bourbon fan, or the Pappy Van Winkle and stuff like that. And unfortunately, we see people come in with a list of those type of things, and they're running around all over the place because they've been told, yeah, these are special ones. Be on the lookout for that if you're going to a bunch of stores. They're not really there. Or if you find them, they're these incredibly high prices, not worth getting. So I would stick away from all that super hype stuff. A couple of things, if they're a fan of a specific, bottle or something like that. So they like regular Buffalo Trace, or they're a fan of Wild Turkey Rare Breed, whatever it is. You can't go wrong by adding to their stockpile, because that's something that they certainly like to drink, and adding another one. Don't worry if you're like, well, they've already got 2 bottles of that sitting on the back of the bar. Adding another one is not a bad thing. So just throw that out there that, when you're a bourbon fan, you always need to have backups of backups. So that's certainly okay to get. Another thing I would encourage you to look for and seek out is barrel picks. I'm at a store that just focuses on barrel picks, and, so I'm a little biased maybe, but I think that it offers unique flavor profiles, things that differ from the regular offerings of maybe some of their favorite brands or things like that. So I think barrel picks are a fun way to do. I would go to trusted sources, places like our store here, where we specialize in those, or a liquor store maybe that you think has been in business for a while. People trust them. You can ask, did they do this pick themselves? How did they do it? I think a store that's actively engaged in picking barrels versus one that just says, send me, your barrel pick. So that's a quick question where you can find out what they're doing. So I think that's good. And then the other thing I would say is stay away from the liquor stores, unless it's a trusted liquor store, kind of a small operation where, the owner's actively involved and they're passionate about bourbon. Then maybe you can ask them, hey, what's a good gift? But I think a better route to go is go to your local bourbon bar. Every community has, a bourbon bar in it if they're of any size. And I would encourage you to go there, order up a drink, and it doesn't have to be a whiskey drink if you're not a whiskey fan, and talk to the bartender. Because that bartender is probably somebody that's passionate about bourbon. That's why they're working at a bourbon-focused bar. And they'll tell you the good bottles to get. They know what's available locally because they are in the business too. And they're not in the job of pushing you down to, get the private label that they've got, or the thing that's on sale, or the thing that they have the highest margins on. So they're not incented to do that like your big box retailers are. So don't forget. And if you're out holiday shopping, you need to take a break anyway. A good diversion will be go to your local bourbon bar, talk to the bartender, engage them, and they can tell you something that would be good to get. So there's some hot tips that I've got to help the non-bourbon fan find the perfect bottle for the bourbon fan this holiday season. So have a good one. Take care. Steve Akley, ABV Barrel Shop. Check us out online, abvbarrelshop.com.